I need to talk to you about Iraq, and I need to talk to you about what happened in the United States House of Representatives and what I hope won't happen in the United States Senate this coming week. I'm sure you saw in the headlines and television, radio that the House of Representatives passed a legislation calling for withdrawal from Iraq. Not only did they do that, but in order to do so, they decided to load $20 billion of your tax dollars in unmitigated, disgraceful pork barrel spending. It's one of the most shameful things I've seen in all of the years that I have been in Congress. Let me tell you what your tax dollars are going for now in the name of funding the war in Iraq. The emergency supplemental spending bill to fund the war in Iraq. Here, in the House of Representatives, $100 for citrus assistance, $74 million for peanut storage. Now that's a pretty big deal up here in Plymouth. $60 million for salmon fisheries, $25 million for spinach growers, $6.4 million for the House of Representatives for disaster recovery expenses, $25 million for livestock, $5 million for losses suffered by aquaculture. So, not to be outdone, the United States Senate, that was just the House of Representatives. United States Senate, $166 million for fisheries disaster relief, $48 million for NASA, $25 million for the U.S. Capitol Power Plant, $24 million for the ever-popular sugar beet producers, $20 million for, quote, insect damage in the market. Insect damage in the market. Here's my favorite. $3.5 million for guided tours of the Capitol building. $3.5 million for guided tours. I would be glad to have some volunteers from my office give you a guided tour and save $3.5 million. $3 million for sugarcane and on. So what did they do? I can't say it any better than the Washington Post, that well-known conservative newspaper. Let me just give you a quote from their lead editorial yesterday morning. Today, the House of Representatives due to vote on a bill to $25 million to spinach farmers in California, and it goes on and lists many of those that I just said. Although the House Democratic leadership comes with more than $20 billion in new spending, much of it wasteful subsidies to agriculture or pork barrel projects to individual members of Congress. At the tail of all this log rolling and political bribery lies this stinger. Representatives who support the bill for whatever reason will be voting to require that all U.S. combat troops leave Iraq by August 2008, regardless of what happens during the next 17 months or whether U.S. commanders believe a pullout at that moment protects or endangers U.S. national security.
Sounds like Vietnam again.
Yeah. As it is, House Democrats have a bill that has the endorsement of MoveOn.org, but excludes the judgment of the U.S. commanders who have to actually retreat the bill mandates. My dear friends, I'm sorry to tell you that this is one of the most shameful things that I have seen in the 24 years that I have been a member of Congress. It's disgraceful.